Okay. Go to privilege of the floor. May I have the time? Hang on.
Okay. Well, a couple of my items will take 30 seconds. Would it be okay if I just blow through some short items? Since you don't have to, since each topic is 3 minutes.
Go.
Okay. Just a clarification on the situation with Geppetto's Toys. I don't know if anything's legal or illegal, but what I do know is Geppetto's Toys is owned by Alex DeSorbo, who is running for First Selectman. And from what I understand, the business has been there for a little while. I don't know if there's anything legal or illegal. I made a note when you folks were talking about that. So that's one topic. The second topic is on the taco truck. I'm not for or against the truck. I said my piece on it. I just would, it might be appropriate to consider a length of time to try the permit.
Well, it was.
I'm going to stop you on that right now.
And that's done deal.
Yeah, you can't go into this.
It's under privilege of the
No, you can't go into it.
Well,
It was mentioned.
It,
can, but it's not necessary because it's a done deal.
right.
That was all I was going to say, is
Well,
just consider the length of it. It's dropped. I will drop it. Okay. Separate item number 3. Given that there's going to be a hearing on these new regulations and this legal opinion that some of you have not seen, it may be relevant to the proposed changes. And I'm not going to go into it, but I will say my piece at that meeting. But that's just something to consider. Given the one we had from last November, I think that's relevant at that meeting, and some of you may take a different side on that. So this opinion that has not been released from June 15th may be relating to that, and I think in fairness to the regulations, the people should know what's in it for the public hearing about that. Do I need to clarify, Mr. Munch?
June 15th?
No.
I'm sorry, you mentioned a specific date.
Yes. I believe it was mid-June. I'm pretty sure it was June 15th. There was something mentioned in the, I want to say July meeting. I have to review my notes. There's a legal opinion from mid-June, I believe it's June 15th, about the proposed changes.
Thank you.
Thank you for that. May I have another 3 minutes to take a separate
You
topic?
haven't finished this.
Okay, all right then. I just asked to finish this. The first thing is the chairman's letter. I was referred to without being called out by name, and I'm insulted. If you look behind Mr. Monty on the right, there's a procedure to modify an agenda. Mr. Overton says you made some comments that you can change an item on the agenda without a vote. If you read it right behind you, I was here earlier. Donna was kind enough to let me review some files. It says at the very end in that bold italics, you must have a 2/3 vote to change an item on the agenda. The way it works, because I read the statute, you take a 2/3 vote to modify the agenda, and then you take a separate vote, which can be a simple majority, to say I want to talk about item X. That's what it says right behind you. I called Tom Hennick from the Freedom of Information Office. He confirmed that, and I also read the statute, which the section of it is quoted there. I noticed that earlier today.
That's not the way the statute reads.
Well, I'd invite folks to read it. And
I did the same thing. I went and looked at the statute, and that is not the way the statute reads. So,
may I either A, finish, or will you ask if someone else wants to speak? Because I had one more separate item to speak on, which I would be allotted 3 minutes.
anybody else wishes to speak? Anybody else? Sean?
Thank you, gentlemen. I have one last item. I thank you for obliging all of us. As you folks know, I'm a candidate for this position, and I think I did okay in finding out this thing about the fish truck, taco truck. Just so you know, the reason why I had to do that, I had some questions. I watched the meetings from July and August, and was here in September, and I had some questions. I came here last month with the copy of the state statute that I looked up, and I was told that Mr. Overton said he doesn't have to answer my questions. I wrote him a letter, and in hindsight, maybe I should have addressed it to all of you folks. I don't even know if you know about it, but I'm just trying to understand what's going on. I've never run for office. I've been in town for 5 years, and I had some questions, just a general overview of it. I asked about, given that the fish truck was out of compliance, who knew about it and when. I asked information about that. I asked about, who was included in the drafting of the new regulations, because I read through most of them. I read through the legal opinion. I prepared something for the Planning Commission that I read there. about this, which that'll come up in the public hearing. I won't go into that tonight. I also mentioned that there was a point in the August meeting where Mr. Overton walked outside and had a conversation. I checked with an attorney who told me that there was oh, you have it? Okay.
It's for correspondence.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Then you did have it. But the thing is this. My general comment is, I'm not here to play gotcha games. I'm here just to understand what's going on, to know the truth, to make... You guys have a tough job, and I'm not here to give you a hard time. I'm just here to understand questions, and I hope you found that I'm trying to be respectful here. I feel in return, I had a pot shot taken at me by Martin Overton, referring to the state statute, and he walked out of here and wouldn't discuss it. I haven't had correspondence yet on the letter, but apparently we're going to hear that. And this is a challenge that people are feeling slighted and not feeling treated fairly by the chairman of the commission. And we have simple questions. Sure, you're not required by law to answer them, but when there's violation notes, for example, Tom Harris had a sign last year for Martha Dean. October 6th, there was a complaint. 11 of the 13 members were from the Democrat Town Committee. That's their right to complain. He got a letter in 2 days. For the ones in this year, from August 18th, there hadn't been a letter sent out yet. There's issues, is that considered equal, is that considered applying the regulations fairly? I don't know. This is a volunteer deal, so there's only so much that should be expected and loaded on people. But I'm trying to get information, understand what's going on. If I'm fortunate enough to be elected, I could be sitting here as soon as December. And I just want to make sure if I'm sitting where Mr. Judson is and I'm a seated member, or I'm sitting where you are, Mr. Monty, and people are coming in front of me, I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about. So thank you again. I'm all set.